Hi guys, Nina Zapala. How are you? I am so excited to be talking about this today because um, what I'm talking about is Pixar's new movie. Well, relatively new. It was out in December, so I guess it's not that new. Okay, whatevs. But it's the movie called Soul. Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments if you've seen it. I loved it. I was jumping up and down. I think I've seen it like 10 times. My son was like, Mom, like you're like obsessed with this movie. I'm like, I know, because it's talking about what I'm teaching. It's talking about the soul's role in personality typing. And so there's a scene where 22, you have to watch the movie. I don't want to give too many giveaways, so I don't want to be that person. But 22 is like, ugh. And one of his, I guess it's a mentor, I'm not quite sure, but one of his guides, higher up guides, is saying, come on, 22, we've got to get you a personality sign. Let's get going. And of course he runs off, and you've got to watch the movie to see it all. But what I thought was so cool is here again, in this movie, they're even talking about a little soul that's running around, and he's going to get a designated personality type. I'm like, yes, because this is what I teach. This is what I believe in. This is what I know to be true. One of the tenets of the soul's role in personality typing is I believe our souls are divinely inspired. And what I mean by that is before we incarnate on this planet, this is bugging me, sorry. Before we incarnate on this planet, we, with divine intelligence, choose our personality types for our soul's evolution. Because we are here for our soul's evolution. Further, there's a metaphysical law with this, because divine intelligence, divine design is a metaphysical law. Easy for me to say. But there's no randomness in the universe. Divine intelligence designs everything, and that's including us, from what we look like, from our personality types, our parents, our siblings. Like, you have to believe this. If you don't believe this, just click off, because I'm going to stay talking about this. And if you're not there and you want to learn more, stay. But if you don't believe it, click off, because you'll be like, what is she talking about? She's a wacko. But I'm really not, because I know this to be true. I found it in my own life, going through my 7-year tsunami. Go on the blog, because I've talked about that ad nauseum. But I want you to know that this is so important. Why I was so thrilled about this movie is that little kids are hearing this. I'm like, yes, please hear this. Please take it to heart. Please believe it deep in your soul, because it's the truth. It is the truth. It's part of your true self. Your personality is part of your DNA for your true self. It's your true self and your soul self. That's what leads you to passion, purpose, power, and fulfillment. And I hope moms are hearing that too, because I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, it's like, you ask too many questions. Why are you always asking so many questions? You need to stop with so many questions. Why are you always reading? Why? And it was just like these little things, about my personality type that I know now is very innate to me. And I ask questions because I'm very curious. I'm an ENTP. And for me, my spiritual persona is the curious one. I am deeply curious. That's what drives me. That's my passion. That's my purpose. That's why I've delved into this personality typing, because I want to unravel and recreate personality typing for this new Aquarian age that we're entering into. So let's go back to the movie, because I think it's funny that they're talking about assigning personality types. And then I was thinking, as I was watching the movie, I kept on getting light bulb moments. I'm like, oh, wow, no wonder at 2, I was like, oh, it's the terrible 2s. You know why it's terrible? Because as a little child, you feel terrible that your parents are saying, no, 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 no. It's very restrictive. It's very confining. It's not freeing. And yes, as a parent, I'm a parent, I know that sometimes you have to steer your child away from doing things that would harm them, like touching a hot stove. Hello. like jumping into the dryer and closing the door. I mean, there are things, yes, but I'm talking specific to a personality, and even more specific to a specific personality trait. So, as a parent, I kind of innately did this a little bit. My son is my counterpart. He's my I want to say sister partner, but I'll just say it that way. He's an INTP, so we're really a lot alike, but we're really so different. But as I've been going on this spiritual journey, I kind of let him flounder and just wonder and be curious. And I didn't do it all the time for a lot of reasons. But, you see when you do that, you see the joy that comes from that. It's like, oh, you know why? Because your parent actually recognizes you from that trait, and they're not saying no. So this is such an interesting dynamic for children, for parents, for you, if you're in a time of your life where there's a reinvention happening, there's something else beyond that cubicle, that there's something that you want to give, and that you have this knowing that's really pushing you. It's pushing you to say, come on, there's something else inside of me, I want to do it. Well, I believe it starts, all of the unraveling, all of the knowing starts in your personality type, in a divinely inspired personality type. So I talk about this a lot on the blog, from the fact that I am not talking about personality typing from a career standpoint. That's been done. There's great sites. God, look at the sites on YouTube. I'm talking about personality type from a spiritual understanding. There's a huge, huge, huge difference between the two. I also want to keep on talking about we have to stop stereotyping one another. And you're going to see as we move into this new Aquarian age, and I'm probably going to talk about this next week, or maybe even Friday, that there's a movement underfoot. And they're saying that extroverts now, studies are showing, this was an article in Psychology Today, that studies are showing that extroverts like being intimately in conversation with just two people. How many times have you heard that? And I think it's happening because of this new age that we're coming into. But going back to the movie, there are 18 inspirational tips that I took away from the movie. Help yourself to them. Visit the blog. I'll put a link in the section below the video, and of course subscribe, share, all those fun things. But I'll put a link in there because I think a lot of the inspirational tips really, it might even jumpstart you on this journey. I mean, if you're listening to this video, it's for you. There's a takeaway in here for you that's going to ignite that spark in you, your true self. So I hope this is for you, and I hope you do take away a spark. My joy, my passion, my purpose is to ignite this in you. I want us all to find our true self. It's so important in this day and age that we are grounded in who we are, so we don't get swept away in what societal expectations say we should do. Not driven by fear, not driven by even what your parents say, not even what your husband or wife is saying to you. I want you to do it from your true self, because that's always going to be the right decision. It comes from you. No one else can make a decision for you. It has to come from you. So, hope you enjoy the 18 inspirational tips. I hope you like and subscribe and enjoy this channel. Please comment and let me know. This is kind of a new thing. It is a new paradigm in personality typing. It's very revolutionary because it's spiritually based as opposed to career based. And I want to really stop all the stereotyping. So I'm out there on a mission. I hope you join me on my mission. I really hope that this Oh, here's my rescue poodle, Oliver. He had to get into this show. He's just a sweetheart. And do rescue dogs if you can. Love them with all your heart. They'll love you right back. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this. If there's something that you want me to talk about, please feel free to put it in the comments. I thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing this time with me. And I hope there is a big takeaway for you. That little spark that just ignites that knowing that says, I gotta do this. I want you to do it. Bye for now. See you soon. Bye.